What is up, RSC? This is your media head save talk here, and we got a very special stream for you guys. For some of you guys who have been here for a while, you will know who these two people are, but for the ones who aren't, you're in for a real treat. So, casting this stream tonight, we have Trippin and VisionaryOne.
Hey, yo, Save Talk, thank you so much for the invite. Thank you for the introduction. Hello, RSC. Hello, VisionaryOne. I don't think we've been in the same VC for longer than maybe 60 seconds and probably the last year. What's up? Tell me about your life.
Yeah, dude, I think it's been since Vietnam, to be quite honest with you. It's been easily since Nam. I mean, we were brothers back then. We're back at it once again. 25th season of RSC. Kind of blows my mind that we're already there, right? Like, I mean, we were starting this around what, like season
4?
Like, yeah. Like we've been at it for a while. You know, I picked up Tekken, I casted some Valorant, and now we're just back into the Rocket League world once again. So I'm definitely happy to be here alongside you, man. Life's been good, just doing accounting stuff, being boring in general. So everything's been good, man. We got two matchups here tonight, Challenger and Prospect. Really excited to hear your thoughts on the Challenger matchup, though, because I know you play in Chally right now.
Yeah, that is definitely the highlight for me is the Manticore versus Toucans matchup. Mythspire taking on the Jungle in our 10:50 p.m. matchup between these two teams. And if we get an opportunity to take a look at the stats, we got one team in Manticore who is just laying down the law. 3 guys every time coming out, showing up versus the Toucans who kind of have that Novarchite kind of person to come in, make an opportunity once in a while and make some shifts. But Viz, let's take a look at the stats for the teams themselves. 29-19 for Manticore, 25-19 for the Toucans. This looks very even on paper, which always makes it super interesting.
It really does. I mean, we look at LoneDrifter, right? You got 122 shots on the board, definitely going to be in that kind of second person in the rotation, just cleaning up everything. 33% shot percentage. MainlyMapleSyrup looks to be a little bit more on the back line there. 45 saves, 24 demos, doing work. I'm really excited to see kind of what this team brings together, what they bring to the table. And have you faced them? Have you been able to go up against this team and see what they bring to the table?
I have seen a little bit of this Manticore team. I'm not going to lie. We've scrimmed them a handful of times. I think we played them like a week or two ago. They're pretty decent. I mean, this is a very well-rounded team. Like, you can look at those shot numbers and you can know instantly, hey, this is a team who can put the ball on target. And when they put the ball on target, they often score. It means they're making the most of their opportunities. But we got to talk about the Toucans and what they're doing as well. We see a lot of demos on that team as well. We got a 50 demo column. We got a 30 demo column. That looks pretty solid. Lots of demos for the Manticore as well. Not going to lie, they're up there too. But they can also put the ball on target. Defia coming in with a 33.63 shot percentage is ImZalama. Yeah, because I can read that one right off the cuff. 37% shooting. Again, on paper, Viz, super evenly matched, and we are going to have a lot to look forward to today.
Yeah, certainly. The Toucans actually lead in assists by like 4 total. So like that's something that's interesting as well, right? Like, are you looking for the solo plays in Chally, or are you looking to get your teammates involved? Now, 4 doesn't seem like a whole lot, but if you see a lot more passing out of one of these teams, it may make the difference. It may be that kind of dichotomy of game style that leads one of these teams to victory.
You know, I personally tonight had the opportunity to play with our rival team for just a little bit, and the difference in how the team plays together and making those passes and looking for those assists is astronomical. What the jump is between a challenger team and a rival team. If you're able to make those assists consistently, you will definitely start making moves on this team. We can tell from the Manticore stats, they get shot on quite a bit as well. 61 saves for LoneDrifter, 52 saves for GFC-RAIDER. On the other side, though, 50 is the top level of saves, but the assists are much higher for the Toucans. They're definitely going to look for passes. They're going to shoot a lot, and the defensive Manticore is going to have to step up if they want to make a difference.
It's literally that simple. And you said it yourself. How did your rival matches go tonight, bro? Were you flopping like a fish out there a little bit, or was
I got to play
decent?
3 whole scrim matches. The first 2 were not great, and the third one I turned into a hockey sub. We did a line change in the middle, and I have no idea what happened after I left, but I did score a goal that game. So
that's all that matters. You got yours, man. You got yours.
Standing on business.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. No doubt about it. Also, I got to give a shout out to Reddles for destroying Rocket League, because seeing this amount of demos out of both these teams is just disgusting. Like, Reynolds, what did you do to the game I love, bro? We used to play good, clean Rocket League on the pitch. And now everybody's just like, oh, we have a 2v1. Let's just demo somebody. Like, oh, free goal. Cool.
It's a tripping game if I have ever seen one. The demos are in flux as ever. What we need to do, though, Visionaries, we need to talk about this game. We need to actually see the players play the game that we are talking about. I know we're just a little bit out from that. You're coming in blind. I'm coming in with like an eye patch and like a macular degeneration in the other eye at this point, based solely on age and longevity in this franchise. If you had to pick someone looking at the papers that they are putting together, what kind of way are you leaning in this 4-game set we're going to see between Manticore and Toucans?
You're going to put me on the spot totally blind. Let's have some fun with this. I'm going for the Toucans just so you can pick the Manticore. We always got to split the desk, right? That's how this whole thing works. So might as well go ahead. I'm going with the Toucans. I think the assist and ImZalama, what a name, by the way, with the 50 saves out there, might do some work here for the Toucans.
Man, see, here's the thing. I wanted to pick the Toucans so you could pick the Manticore, but I let you go first, and now we're in this really weird situation where we have to split the desk. It doesn't work like that. No, I mean, honestly, on paper, if I had to really analyze this match from what I'm seeing from both of these teams, I'm quite honestly expecting a split. I'm really looking at two teams incredibly evenly matched who are in the exact same kind of spot. I mean, we're talking about top 5 teams in a 28 team tier. That is very, very high level of groups that you're talking about who have an opportunity to go and do something. And in RSC, you're playing 4 straight matches. You're not doing a best of. You're not getting a win because you got 3. You're just getting 3 wins. It's like baseball. And when you put them on that same level, I think that this kind of looks like a split. If one of these two teams does come out and shows they are able to take a 3-1 or a 4-0 victory instead of that split, I think that defines them as certainly the better team going forward. And that can carry a lot of weight, especially in RSC where we have these pretty long seasons.
Yeah, I mean, the seasons are just a marathon, essentially. I mean, I played like 5 or 6 of them myself, and every match day, you're out there, you're playing 4 games, and what you end up shoot around 50 games at the end of the day. So you're out there, you're grinding, you're slogging. I mean, I do like what Manticore is putting down with their stats, like you said. I mean, you had to choose them, right? So I got to give you some props on that side. But I'm seeing this right now. They also have a lot of saves as a team. And that's something that scares me just a little bit, right? Because it might mean, hey, they're really aggressive. We see the shot totals over there are astronomical. They're also playing with a sub tonight. They're playing with a Greninja King. So he's got 43% shot percentage so far in the season, but it's not a big sample size, right? We got 9 games total. They got 7 goals. So goal-wise, looking great. But how are they going to come out and how are they going to look with the sub?
I mean, still, a goal per game or near a goal per game average is still pretty darn good, and almost a 2 shot per game average. It means you're shooting roughly 50%, and the numbers show it here. The assist number, yeah, that's a little bit low, but when you talk about a team who has the ability to pass the ball around and everybody can shoot, everybody can play every single position. You look at a basketball team where everybody can shoot the ball, everybody can get a rebound, everybody can run the floor. Those are the teams that typically do incredibly well because they have that dynamic nature to them. And this Manticore team, when you look at that lineup, that's a team with dynamic nature. They can run the floor. And I'm willing to bet that those save numbers are so high because they're waiting for a team to shoot at them because they know, hey, we're just better than you. We're just going to sit here. We're going to wait for you to hit the ball at us. We're going to take control. And as soon as we take control, we're going to drive it all the way down the other side. We're going to shoot it on target, and we're going to force you to stop the goal as well. And if you can't do it, we're going to win. And that has certainly been the way the Manticore have gone so far this season.
I can't say I disagree with you. You've seen a lot more of it than I have, so I'm gonna take your word for it there. But 29 and 19 doesn't lie. It's literally that simple. The Toucans obviously very close to that record as well. We'll have to see it played out on the pitch. That's really the thing that happens. But I mean, we talked about it. Trippin', I know you're playing in RSC right now. What else are you doing with your life since we've got a minute here?
Oh, yeah. Since we're vamping anyway for time, if you couldn't possibly tell about this. So completed my master's degree. So that was a thing that came recently. Got a new job a couple months ago. That was something that happened recently. I've been throwing all the rest of my time into Rocket League, and it just has not possibly worked out worse. As smooth as my brain is, I keep trying to squish it together so one wrinkle might possibly function and get these old man hands to actually do the things that I want. Never pans out. I really don't understand how. I've got a teammate now who's just barely into college, and the amount of betterness that they have gotten between 4 weeks ago and now because it's RSC, is absolutely ridiculous. And if there's any place to learn how to play Rocket League better, it is certainly in this league.
Yeah, I mean, just the resources inside, the actual franchises themselves, having coaches, having the ability to scrim with a team, actually get better and grind together. And would you look at that? Players are actually in the lobby. Oh my God, this is
goodness,
crazy.
I never think it was gonna happen.
But yeah, no, like I'm getting up there with you now, Trippin. Not gonna lie, 34 is I got grays in my hair and my thumbs do not work. So I'm like C3 GC1, like barely, and most of the time it's a carry by one of the good old Morgan Rogers.
That's why we've escalated to games where we don't have the need to have that like knee jerk reflex things. We're playing like Valheim and Jackbox, and that's about as far as we get in terms of gaming time. City Skylines 2 to make sure I don't get too involved in anything. But anyway, the players are here, the players are ready, and folks, we are in fact going to see a Rocket League game and not have 25 minutes of Trippin and Viz talk to each other, which I know is going to be moderately more interesting than the Rocket League game, but it's okay. We're still going to give you the Rocket League game. We're still going to make sure that happens, and it is going to be an object that you get to see. I'm excited to see these players get on the pitch, Viz, and make something happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's time to make it happen. We just got to see them join. We got to get them up and in there, and as soon as they do, we're going to be good to go. But the Manticore and the Toucans, two titans of the Challenger Series, just duking it out, essentially. 4-game set. We're going to run it. They're going, and we are getting started here. Let's look at the kickoff. By the way,
folks, there is a game after this, too. Like, don't just watch 4 games and then leave. There is going to be another one, so stay tuned live for it here. Trippin and Viz, Jizko, and GFC-RAIDER on the initial kickoff. LoneDrifter taking some control, looking for an initial flick, gets it, but it goes just wide. First 10 seconds of the match down. GFC-RAIDER on the back wall. He's gonna pinch it with Jizko all the way into the other half. A big booming clear. Viz buys him some time.
That's a great pass to the middle. Unfortunately, just not able to connect in front of the net. And we're already, did I see a chain dash already? This is Challenger, dude. What is going on with RSC? And this is just a goal, wide open net. ImZalama on the pop-up, just there to receive it. And it's 1-0 in favor of the Toucans.
Love to hear what is going on in RSC come right as ImZalama is able to read that bounce right off the back wall and just doink it on into the net, get a 1-0 lead here for the Toucans as we move into the 4:33 kickoff. Jizko's going to win that one cleanly. Defia looking at mid. That one's going to be missed. Defia's right there, shoots it just wide. Can't quite get there. Raider to clear down the left-hand side. Greninja King, the sub, going to pick that one up, but going to get 50. Cleared all the way down. Team starting to settle in. A shot there. Defia very aggressive on the back wall. Jizko right there as well. A great pop there from LoneDrifter. Green gonna just clear that one all the way into the orange half.
A little bit of team bump here on the Toucans, but no capitalization just yet. A flick back towards the net. That's dangerous, but Jizko going to be able to clear that one out as LoneDrifter going to play it back. ImZalama a little bit awkward here, but no touch. Going to be able to get some control here, and gets just absolutely demolished for the chance to touch the ball. They're going to be gone, and Defia, a good little flick here. Doesn't have a lot of boost to work with, but a good bump to at least maybe retain some position. Jizko with the shot going to be cut out in the front of the box by LoneDrifter. We're seeing a lot of good back and forth here, but right now it's still the Toucans just holding the boost battle. Can they get this? It's going to be Jizko with the save.
We talked a lot about the demo game as we jumped on into this match. We saw a couple opportunities there. They've calmed down a little bit. Into the last couple of seconds, an opportunity for Zalama. That was going to be cleared by LoneDrifter. Trying to get control at midfield. Both teams battling for the ball 50-50 each and every way. Up off the ceiling. A couple bumps in the net from Raider. It's not going to mean anything. Zalama with a great 50. Going to be Jizko jumping on into the air. Getting a first touch there. Looking for a teammate in Defiant. Up will be cut off by Greninja King, who will collect on the right wall with 26 boost to their name. A pinch off the side wall right in front of the net. Zalama with the read. The shot and the score.
Toucans coming out firing here. This really was led to by a giant double commit on that high ball in midfield. Like, yes, you were able to clear it out to your corner. Unfortunately, you kind of rotation gets scrambled. One's going for boost. One's just hanging out in the front box with nothing, and that ball goes right over your head. There's not really much you can do about it.
As always, VisionaryOne with the high-level IQ read of this game that I will never, ever have in my entire life, as GFC-RAIDER passes to LoneDrifter on the right wall, trying to get any sort of answer to the Toucans' 2-0 lead as we approach halftime. A big double commit there at the midfield, and GFC-RAIDER will get up just in time to knock that one down, try to regain some possession, and make something happen, but nobody is there to help them out. LoneDrifter, luckily, will pinch it off of Defia.
It's just another one out by ImZalama, doing a great job keeping pace here. Going to be able to beat Greninja King. The shot's going to be there. It's going to be just wide. We're hearing that post sound come in. It's going to be taken right on back to the corner by ImZalama. Going to be able to play it past one. Going to be able to play it past two. There's a demo on the backside as well. This might be open. Is there anybody there to receive? The answer is no. No teammates down there. No trust, no faith.
The numbers were dialed, but nobody was there, and unfortunately, a couple are going to go off of the post and just not be able to find their way into the net. I don't know if that's good defense or just the post doing what the post does, but GFC-RAIDER trying to make something happen the other way. Gets a dribble, gets a demo, not going to matter. Greninja King will throw it off the backboard. GFC-RAIDER's right there. Gets 50 by Zalama. LoneDrifter is up. This pressure continuing from the Manticore off the backboard in front of the box. Defia able to clear as we enter the final 90 seconds of game number 1, and the 2-0 Toucans in the lead.
Yeah, and this one doesn't look like it's really going to be given up. We're seeing them kind of lose the resource battle. We're seeing the ball not really getting cleared much beyond midfield. The Toucans have had solid time of possession in this game, and I expect to see them continue to do it as long as they keep holding the boost in, but they're giving Raider way too much space here. Jizko going to be able to play it by, but you kind of want to be able to hold on to that possession, and this is dangerous. You get it back over to the side. It's going to be up to ImZalama to try to burn some time here, and the question is, are you going to? The answer is no. This is going to be cleared downfield by Defia.
And really, the Toucans right now entering this last 60 seconds just need to buy themselves some time. It is the Manticore who have to score. They have to find one at some point in time to have any hope, and that is not going to help as it's floated right in front of that LoneDrifter, the last one there, able to clear it across as no Toucan is willing to cross that last third line to make a shot. They just want to waste as much time as possible. Jizko finally comes in, throws it on the backboard, looking for their own touch. Not going to get it. Cleared the other way. Final 30 seconds, Viz.
Yeah, counterattack potential here. GFC-RAIDER's up, and he's going to slam it home. 1-2 right now. It's a comeback attempt. There's plenty of time left. 24 seconds is more than enough in Rocket League. What a great pass there. Just the skip off the corner, the read, and GFC-RAIDER just slots it in between two.
Yeah, that is just as pretty as they get, and GFC-RAIDER ready all day, and now it is a very close game in the final 30 seconds. The pressure is, in fact, on for the Manticore. LoneDrifter knows it, grabs control off the kickoff, lays that one in for Greninja King. Is cleared by Jizko, cut off by GFC-RAIDER, who looks for the second touch, can't get the dunk. That one's free down the middle. Final 10 seconds, a dunk by Jizko might just seal the deal.
I mean, I can't say nothing's impossible because I've seen leads like this get blown in RSC before in days past, but it's as close to insurmountable as it gets. 3-1, 9 seconds to go. Granted, it's only game 1 of the set. You know, you can take a breath, get yourself composed, and after that, I mean, anything can happen, right? But right now, with the way this is going to be game 1 to heading over to the Toucans with a scoreline of 3-1, potentially 3-2 if some shenanigans happen, but we're just going to let that one roll down. The Toucans are going to take it. We go on to game 2 with Jizko as the MVP in game number 1. 4 shots on goal, was not able to land any of them. Or I'm sorry, they landed 1 there at the end. 35 touches, 33 bumps for this man.
I think what you got to look at, though, beyond the bumps and the demos, is the shot line. That is the thing that you need to look at, and we talked about this coming in, Viz, is that there's going to be a lot of shots on target from both these teams, and they're going to be accurate when they do it. But 9 shots from the Toucans, they go 3 for 9. They represent that 33.3 shooting percentage, basically, that the team average has. And they just took it to Manticore the entire time. They were the ones who were there. GFC-RAIDER had a handful of heroic saves, but that's really all there is to say for the defense on the Manticore.
Yeah, there wasn't much. I mean, 3 goal line saves, but when you're getting pounded the whole time, you don't really have the time of possession. You don't have the boost. That's what's going to happen on the game-to-game basis. We're actually making a sub out here from Manticore too. They're bringing in Velox. So we're seeing Greninja King kind of sitting down here for this one. They might be rotating him out. Obviously, Greninja being a sub. I'm assuming that Velo was on the team for a hot minute, right? And so they're going to rotate them, see what feels best. But we're going to see VeloxcityX coming in right now for the Manticore.
Can't wait to see what they're able to do with the lineup change. A 1-0 game for the Toucans right now after that 3-1 victory. The kickoff's going to go to Defia, who's going to get 50 on the sidewall. Velocity already making their presence known with a solid 50 there. LoneDrifter on target, crossbar down and in. Manticore on the board first.
I wasn't aware people could get crossbar down shots to work in this game, because I know I can't. But this is a beautifully placed shot right off the bar, straight on in. LoneDrifter going to be able to put up the Manticore 1-0. Very big difference here. Let's see how they play with a lead versus trying to catch up the entire game.
Things we just love to see. As I choke on the water I tried to drink in between goals. And
what a
jizko.
I got you. Jizko with a great
and I still
flip.
can't find the mute button. It's just great. Everything's growing great over here, guys.
Tripping out of retirement. We're having some tech difficulties with his throat there. Water going down the wrong pipe. It's an old man thing. We're going to be just fine, but that's a great flick there by Jizko. Able to tie it up 1-1. So I said, hey, let's see how they play when they're ahead. Here's another opportunity. ImZalama not going to be able to find that one, but this is going to be close in front of the box. A little double commit as well. GFC going to be a little awkward. Going to leave it over to Velo, but it's going to be Defia to push this down into the corner. Good job right here. Little fake going to be wide open almost. LoneDrifter able to just dive in front at the very end there. And oh, we're going off the ceiling and Chally now. Okay, mustard. We're hitting mustards.
That ceiling mustard doesn't matter. The catch-up of defense is there, and Velocity is not there and will doink it into their own net. Such a great play off of the kickoff, and just an unfortunate situation here as Jizko off the sidewall. Velocity misreads it and doinks it into their own net. And Viz, I hate to say it, welcome to Challenger.
Yeah, I mean, also the VisionaryOne special. You know, sometimes my thumbs don't work.
It's true.
Yeah, it's like kind of, I'm known for own goaling. It's all good. Defia able to get a touch out to the corner. It wouldn't be a VisionaryOne in Trippin Cast without an own goal.
Oh, absolutely not.
Regardless
All
of
we're missing is
level.
Musa.
Regardless of level. Yeah, we're just missing Musa. I mean, the king of own goals, to be fair. But that's, you know, that's a little bit of RSC lore for you there. As Velocity going to go ahead and catch this one, take to the skies. Goes for one touch off the backboard. Going to layer it down. Big double commit. Ball still floating in front of the net, but it's going to be ImZalama going ahead and pulling that one through. Big pinch. Going to be heading towards the net. Is it going to be bar? No, it's going to be in. ImZalama just getting, you know what? I see you there. You're going to challenge me from the side. I'm just going to pinch it right into your net.
Yeah, Velocity again trying to gain control of the ball, and this is something that we saw on the last goal as well, and unfortunately the touch is not quite there. It gets pinched off of their nose and all the way down the pinch inside of the bar and into the net, and Velocity will take it again, looking for some redemption here. Off of the backboard, misses the double tap. Jizko will clear out to midfield. LoneDrifter will intercept. They'll look for one here off the side wall. It'll pinch right down in front of the box. Defia is going to have to get up and make it clear here. They'll actually miss the ball. Jizko will throw it to the backboard. GFC-RAIDER is there. Jizko is also there. And neither one will be able to collect anything. A couple touches, Viz, going near the target, but nothing quite productive enough to lead to a goal. ImZalama is going to try one here. That one is saved by LoneDrifter.
LoneDrifter has been a stalwart on defense so far. This is going to be a big pinch. ImZalama looking to catch this one. Going to go ahead, hit the wave dash. Jizko is going to come in to assist. This is going to be a big bounce into the middle of the box. Who else but LoneDrifter again, earning themselves a savior medal, but this one's going to get by him. Going for a bump, not going to be able to find it. It's going to be Jizko alone right now as third. This might be a counterattacking opportunity. It's a great center here who's going to be able to take advantage of it. It's Velocity looking for a double tap, not going to find it. ImZalama going to be able to clear it away.
Just a little bit too few boosts to be able to make that one work, and Defia has plenty of boost to pass it to their teammate ImZalama. He's going to be just flipping right past that ball. Velocity now with 56 boost to work with is going to be able to beat one. Jizko is going to read that one all day. Get that touch, not going to be able to get that one to themselves. A demo in the net from GFC-RAIDER. LoneDrifter is going to be just a little bit late. ImZalama is going to try to throw this one in front of the net. Velocity will be there. Jizko's up, looking for the tap down. All three players in the net, not going to matter because Defia's right there. Is a 4-1 lead for the Toucans with 2:08.
You know, I like to say, Trippin', if you're not tripling, you're not trying, but right in front of the net isn't exactly the best spot to do that in. You kind of just get discombobulated. We got one coming over off the top post. We got two colliding with each other in net, and leads to the rebound being wide open. So good initial save, yes, but you got to communicate those out.
Gotta find a way to not have the entire lobby looking for a save. It works well for the Toucans there, and they still have some pressure on the Manticore net, and they are continuing to bring the pressure that they showed in game number 1. They still have it in game number 2, and not only that, Viz, a 3-goal lead. LoneDrifter looking for one, might not be able to find it here and will not.
Look at the shot differential once again, Trippin. Like you mentioned it at the end of last game. Right now we're looking at 4-7, so it's continuing to favor the Toucans offense so far. They just look a beat faster right now, and here's another opportunity. It's going to be saved out. Doesn't get the save credited, which is just rude, Rocket League. But LoneDrifter was there again. We're looking for a midfield pass. This is going to be caught over by LoneDrifter. Can Jizko get to this one? Yes, they're going to bounce it out to the side. Do you have the second touch? It's going to be missed actually by Raider, who's looking for bumps here. Doesn't really matter if the ball's heading into your half if you're bumping the goalie. We're going to see if you can get anything more out of this as LoneDrifter struggles a little bit. ImZalama going to be able to put that one high above the net. It's going to be sent wide. A minute to go. Still a 3-goal lead for the Toucans.
It'll come off of the right wall, and Raider was going to look to attack. Beaten by Defy. Velocity collects. They've done this a handful of times. They've shown some pretty good mechanics. Just a couple unfortunate touches. Jizko will intercept. Get beat on the back wall, but a very bad boost situation here for the Manticore, and it feels like the Toucans know it. It does get cleared down as we approach this final 30 seconds. Zalama off the side wall, looking to add 1 to the 4 they already have, cut off by Velocity. Back into the corner, Velocity looking for a teammate. A demo in the net, Raiders right there, and doinks it in off the corner. Perfect demo, perfect positioning from GFC-RAIDER.
Hey, it's like, hey, I cleared out the net. Let me get my reward. Okay, thank you. Nice pass, Velocity. I'm right here on the post, and let me just stoink right on in. Love to see it. I mean, if you're having a hard time generating offense, that's one way to do it. Just remove the defenders. I mean, then it's you versus the open net, which is probably still a 50-50 battle.
It would not be a Trippin and Viz cast if Trippin didn't talk about how much the one team needed to demo, and demos are not going to matter at all here, as basically a kickoff goal. Jizko walks this one home. It's Zalama with the beat. It's Jizko who's going to finish this one and just walk the dog home. It gets the lead right back to 3, 17 seconds left on the clock.
You know what the surprise to me here is so far? The Toucans have had a response every single time the Manticore have put a goal in.
They have.
Like it hasn't even been a question if it's been a problem. They just go out, they're like, oh, guess what? 10 seconds in? Yeah, we're getting another goal. Don't you worry about a thing. It's been ridiculous. Their resilience that they've shown so far in this series has been great, as this ball is going to hit, the ground or, the goal, one of the two. But it was gonna die either way. We were going to go to game number 3 with the Toucans up 2-0.
Yeah, and I came into this one saying, hey, I'm expecting a split because the teams look really evenly matched. And honestly, Fizz, through these first couple of games, this does not look evenly matched at all. The Toucans are really making a name for themselves at the moment and showing the Manticore, hey, this is what it takes to be a top-tier challenger team. And while you might be there, you're not where we are. We're still out shooting you. We're still outscoring you. We have an answer for everything that you have. And not only, Viz, do they have those answers when they get scored on by Manticore, they're coming on kickoffs. It's immediately. They're not giving them any opportunity to get back into this where they're just making it happen instantly.
They're just like, oh, you guys scored. Cool. Watch this. Hold my beer.
Yeah, hold my beer.
Hold my beer. Just hold my beer real quick. It's all good. I mean, I love seeing the resiliency. I love seeing what both teams are bringing. The Manticore actually brought the shot total back up and evened it out at the end of the game there. So I'm wondering if they can kind of continue that pressure as we kind of get here in this game 3, if they can make those adjustments, if we can see them start to bring, what that 28 and 14 team should really look like, right?
It often takes a couple of games just to get yourself settled, and sometimes it takes a bit in a longer series, especially in a longer season, to make something happen. It does not take very long for the Manticore to do anything here. Look at a couple doinks here. It's Velocity, who we've seen grab control and make things happen. Throws it over to GFC-RAIDER. The give in go. Velocity right there. Flicks it over the top of the defense. Manticore are up again, but Viz, we saw this in the last game. It didn't matter. Toucans were right there.
Kickoff goal incoming. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter, Trippin. You score, we have an answer immediately. Perfectly killed kickoff, and I will harp on this until the day I die. If you are going to send a hard cheat, if you have the person going upfield for boost, you are just leaving yourself open to stupid goals like that. We see it at the RSC level. We see it at the challenger level. It does not make a difference when you go into autopilot mode and just turn too wide off that boost. When you have somebody else cheating up that hard, it's going to lead to bad things eventually.
We've got a 1-1 game after only 40 seconds of play. ZalAma gonna try to make that a 2-1 game, and they do. And not only do the Toucans answer to the first goal, they answer themselves with a second and give themselves an early lead.
What, 2 goals in 15 seconds, Trippin? Like, they...
What else was new?
Apparently nothing, to be quite honest with you. Toucans are just pouring it on right now. 2 shots, 2 goals. We got Jizko winning this one out. It's going to be a battle here off the wall, and it's going to be Defia, so that's going to be the third rotation. Going to leave Raider extremely awkward. Is ZalAma going to be able to tap it over the top? Off the post. Is it in? It is. 3-1 right now. The Toucans get another kickoff goal.
ZalAma needed a little bit of help, but they were up before LoneDrifter was. They got the easy beat. They threw that one to the side post, and a absolutely blazing 17-mile-per-hour goal. We'll go in for the third for the Toucans. 4:07 still to play. And Viz, they're starting to make that look like they're gonna start to run away with things. That momentum continues to build. We've seen it time and time again at every single level of Rocket League play. Once a team gets rolling, they are incredibly hard to stop. A sweep is difficult, but stopping that momentum that the Toucans have right now almost looks impossible.
I mean, Defia just like literally played like just offensive lineman there, but nobody was there to receive the pass. And now this is dangerous. Velocity going to take a 50. This one's going to bounce back. It's going to be a good little doink by Defia just to get in the way, put a hand up to deny the shot. This is going to be a great shot. Just high. GFC-RAIDER has the read, gets the soft touch into the net. Manticore answering back now with one of their own.
Nice touch here. Velocity again off the backboard, and Raider is right there, and that has been a hookup we've seen a handful of times with Raider and Velocity. Velocity getting that control. GFC-RAIDER getting that aggressive position. The two linking up for a goal. They get one right there. They bring it within one. Still 3:30 to play. Lots of time on both sides. Raider will touch it to the left. It's going to be Fire looking for one. Going to get beaten by LoneDrifter. There's a demo at midfield. Jizko's going to be right there, though, and it's going to be 1v1 with Velocity. They beat the first one. Raiders right there on the respawn defense. It's buried in the corner. Velocity approaching, looking for Jizko. Off the back wall, Velocity's got those mechs too. A nice 50-50 at midfield. A lot of Toucan pressure here pushed up. GFC-RAIDER looking to take advantage of it. The give, the go, the read off the teammate, the LoneDrifter. The hit right in front of the net. Velocity is there. The answer, no touch save is gonna happen. A tie ball game just inside of the 3-minute mark.
It was a great job there by LoneDrifter just to be able to get up in time, and Defia was literally millimeters, like dozens of Unreal units away from getting a save there. Unfortunately, just not able to get enough upwards force on it. Ah, man, 3-3. The Manticore starting to show us some of that fire.
Visionary, you've talked about answers and how important they are to make sure that you're on that page and you're making sure something is happening. The Manticore are answering right now. They're already down 2-0 in the series. They started this one down, up 1-0. They gave up the go-ahead goal. It's been an answer from the Manticore the entire time, and now it's Toucan's time to answer yet again. They've already done it, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times that they've answered for various different things that have happened. They need to answer right now. They need to get out of this tie.
Oh
and it's
my, that's how you do it.
Defia who answers immediately, and it's like he's listening to the stream.
The awkwardness right there. Raider has no boost in velocity. You're stuck in between a rock and a hard place. You think your teammate has a ball, you cut all your momentum, and now it's like, oh crap, what do I do? Well, you know, you get a touch, it's not the touch you're looking for, and that one is just right in the back of your net. And you're looking for an answer. I would have liked to see a clean goal versus a mistake being made. As ImZalama actually not going to be able to get that one. You're going to be able to kick this one over to the side. Velocity's actually going to play this slow, maybe try to get some possession here for the team. Looking for a touch. Going to be cut off by Jizko here in the midfield. LoneDrifter putting that one down in the middle. ImZalama with a nice little half flip save there. Can't get the pinch out though. Defia actually up on this one. Not going to be able to get it. Jizko awkward. Okay, just a sea of whiffs currently happening over here in the corner. The important thing to note, the boost battle. Both corners so far have been taken by the Manticore, so this should be their possession here for at least a little while to come.
This one's flipped to the middle. It'll be Jizko on the read. Velocity is going to get the catch. We've seen this one happen before. Jizko right there on the challenge. ZalAma is going to push it right in front of the box. Raider going to get credited with the save there. That one was on target, but ZalAma is ready for it. Velocity backwards, looking for the half flip. Misses the boost. It's stolen. It might not matter. There's a 1v1 at midfield. This one will pop up and down. Still a 1-goal lead for the Toucans. Jizko looking for it. Raider is right there, trying to collect this one, get something working in the other direction. LoneDrifter off the side wall. The clear is just not happening for the Manticore right now. It's right at midfield. There's a double commit. It's jizko off the back wall. No one there. It's going to be red. It'll be over to Zalama and just fighting for some possession here at midfield. There's a bump. There's an opportunity, but it'll be collected by LoneDrifter.
It was a bump followed by a team butt, unfortunately, so the space couldn't be capitalized on. That's a decent read right there by Velocity. Going to be touched out by Raider, but jizko, it's looking like, once again, the Toucans are just kind of controlling the midfield here. You have Zalama kind of coming from an awkward challenge angle. They're up. This is a 1v1, though. The redirect not going to be able to connect. Velocity trying to put it over Defia, not able to. This is going back to the corner. A little bump might cause some disruption here. Defia has been running on no boost. Like, he's boostless in Seattle, tripping. He hasn't had anything in a hot minute, and unfortunately, that midfield pass not going to connect with Raider. Should leave some openings here to wind this clock down.
All three of us who got that joke are laughing unbearably hard at this point, Viz. And right now, I think it's Defia who's laughing pretty hard as well as they cross this one towards midfield. It's Raider who's not able to make that touch. It's jizko with 1 second, 0 second velocity off the back wall, looking for anything just to keep this ball up. It's going to hit the apron and somehow stay in the air. Okay, sure, Rocket League, whatever you say. Passed out to midfield. That one is going to be on top of Raider. Velocity bumps them off. Still floating around in front of the net, but a zero boost situation. Doesn't matter if it's 0 seconds, it might not help. And finally, the Toucans able to guide that one to the ground. Got a little bit hairy there in the last couple of seconds, but Toucans, Viz, take the 3-1 lead in definitely the best performance we've seen from Manticore.
It was the best performance we've seen from Manticore. They outshot the Toucans quite substantially, actually, this time. It's 5-7. So even though they lost the game, they were putting a little bit more offense on. I think the real big thing you want to see out of the team is just more saves, right? We were kind of seeing discombobulations on the back lines. We were seeing opportunities that weren't even close to being touched. You have to be able to dial those in if you want to have a chance against the Toucans team playing like they are right now.
Been pretty darn good up to this point. Some great Rocket League. I said I was calling for a split. We're going to see Toucans with a minimum of 3 victories, and now the next thing that they have to do is try to get over the hump of being able to accomplish a sweep. And Manticore, honestly, they even outshot Toucans in that game. They put 7 up on the board, and that's something that, Viz, you and I have been harping on the entire time, is those shot numbers have to be there if you want to have any hope of anything working against the Toucans. And even without shooting them, they still couldn't get it done.
It's just unfortunate, but like it's one situation where that game could have been flipped, right? It's that midfield goal where there's just somebody with no boost in midfield and killed momentum. And I'm not trying to call anybody out, but Velocity needs to be able to read that a little bit better and understand that, hey, my teammate's struggling. They're a little awkward. We need to push up. We need to get this clear in midfield instead of letting that ball come to him, right? It's like you're a second baseman. You cannot play a ball off a short hop back behind you. You don't know where the bounce is going. You have to go charge that short hop and make sure that you can get your glove on it. It's that simple. It's the same prospect here, and it led to the loss.
You know, speaking of prospect, we're going to have a match in prospect right after this one, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And not only should you stay tuned for that opportunity, but we're going to have streams on Wednesday, March 11th and Sunday, March 15th. Match day 14 at 11:30 on Wednesday. Match days 15, 16 at 9 and 9:45 on Sunday. Slots are open. Make sure you go get an opportunity to sign up if you can. Current streams are available. These are the final regular season stream slots for season 25. So if you want to have an opportunity to get on the broadcast, to hear people like me, like Viz, like the rest of the media committee get on a broadcast and talk about your Rocket League game, you need to get into the sign up stream in RSC and make that happen now. 50 seconds down, a 0-0 game. There's something that both of these teams are a little unfamiliar with, is playing with a 0-0 tie 60 seconds down.
Yeah, we haven't seen this in any of the first 3 games. It's a big bump. ImZalama has to get a good touch here. Going to play it over to the side. LoneDrifter should be able to catch this one. Going to blast it back towards midfield. That's going to be a little bit dangerous. Defia is going to put a shot on target here. It's going to be hit away by a Raider. He's also going to just Buzz Lightyear this one and fall with style onto the ball after bumping off the crossbar. Keeping this one close. Nice little wave dash. Unfortunately, not able to get the pop over jizko. This is going to be offense heading one way. LoneDrifter. It's going to go straight to the midfield. ImZalama already up on this one, ready for it. Are you going to have a second touch? No, just opting for the boost steal. Probably smart in this situation, playing the possession game and playing the resource game versus trying to push a shot that may not go in.
Yeah, you don't want to just throw the ball at the net because you can. At a certain point, teams are going to read that. They're going to understand that's the look that you're going for. And if you throw one in front of the box and you don't have a teammate to make that 50, it's going to be shot the other way and darn quick. And jizko looking to shot this one into the net right quick. But GFC-RAIDER is going to read it. Defy not able to make the touch. Raider on the fast break. Going the other way. Looking to beat ImZalama does off the near post. And the Manticore take the lead yet again.
We saw this last game too. I'm expecting a kickoff goal, and if not, I like the Manticore's chances in this game number 4. Yeah. They don't want to go down with a sweep, but if the Toucans don't get that quick response, that kind of something that kind of crushes your soul a little bit. Just like you have all this hype, you finally got the lead back, and then oh, it's gone. Like, we got to make sure that doesn't happen. But right now, jizko actually has an opportunity. That one's going to be popped up high, and this is going to be very difficult for LoneDrifter to get. It's a 50-50. It's directly into the net, tripping.
Oh man, Viz, you said it perfectly. The only thing they couldn't do was allow a kickoff goal or something near a kickoff goal, and that's exactly what happened. A near post dunk by Defia, sneaks in that near post, ties it up at 1-1. The answer is immediate yet again from the Toucans. That has been their specialty. Manticore are going to try to make one of their own top bins for GFC-RAIDER. They're second on 3.
I'm flabbergasted at this point. I mean, it's a great touch. The cheat is successful, and jizko just barely gets beat out to that ball. And what a shot by Raider, honestly. 58 top bends. It is a solid job getting that one into the net, especially from that angle with the pace that he had. That's a phenomenal shot.
We talked about answers in game 2. We talked about them in game 3. We're talking about them in game 4. The response that is needed after some of these goals has been happening one way and the other. It's LoneDrifter grabbing control on the sidewall. Gives it up to jizko. A 50 here from Velocity. The turn from LoneDrifter. Challenging ImZalama. Going to be GFC-RAIDER who takes control, and they've already gotten rolling in this game. We've talked about momentum. It's in front of the net, and Defy is right there. LoneDrifter ready to throw this one off the backboard as we approach the 2-minute mark. It's Velocity on the turn. Bounce off the sidewall. Looking for the solo play. Going to throw that one just barely wide. Continuing possession is LoneDrifter. Defy on the back wall to play some defense. Looking for a clear out midfield. They're going to get it. They're going to look to somebody. jizko is going to be LoneDrifter with the 50. ImZalama taking over, going the other direction, trying to play this one into their own corner. That's risky, right towards LoneDrifter, looking for top bins, only going to find the post. All 3 players there on the Toucans going to get in the way, going back and forth real quick. Velocity will knock it down and try to slow the pace.
Gets a good touch to slow that pace too, getting this one in midfield, but jizko just booms this one downfield. It's actually going to be over the top of one, but not on target. jizko going to have to leave this one for a teammate. Good call off there by ImZalama. Just going to get bumped for even trying to solo play that off the corners. Velocity not able to get a touch here. ImZalama trying to push another one through. GFC-RAIDER has something to say about it. Unfortunately, gets right by them. jizko off the ceiling. Pass to the midfield. Going to be cut off. ImZalama up a little bit too far. Could this be the mistake that breaks the back of the Toucans and denies the sweep? 3-1 right now for the Manticore.
Finally, something going in the Manticore's favor as LoneDrifter looking for the turtle goal, the insult to the injury, the 3-1 lead. And, you know, honestly, Viz, I think we talked about this in game 1 or 2. We've seen leads like this blown before. The last 60 seconds is very dangerous. Once you start to get a little bit too comfortable, things can start to get weird. You don't want to make it too obvious right now that you feel like you're in it. GFC-RAIDER will throw it off the backboard. Defia will collect. I would not count out the Toucans in this final 60 seconds. ImZalama doesn't think so either. It'll be GFC-RAIDER coming down to jizko in front of the net. They'll grab some collection. They have very little boost. They'll get a dunk here. Looking off the back wall, they'll bail out. It's going to be ImZalama off the backboard again. Looking for the Harlem Globetrotter style of play. Multiple times off the backboard. Finally cleared out to midfield. jizko collects. Looking for ImZalama on the redirect. Not going to find it. jizko looking to collect. They'll get a flick over the top of 2. Velocity on back wall. Cross in front of the net. Dangerous for Defia. They'll get the slowest bounce shot in the history of time, and jizko will finish.
Bounce shot is undefeated, first and foremost, but I don't know how ImZalama just got out of the way of that one. Like, he jumped. He was like, I'm screwed. I'm in my teammate's way. He clearly called this ball, and he somehow just ghosted himself around it. Was able to get it just out of the way. So we can get a 1-goal game. It's actually kind of ridiculous when you think about it. Just like being able to kind of recover from that double commit and not having it basically in the series right there. Is Jizko actually going to get a nice dunk? This is an opportunity right here. Off the wall, beats one. Can ImZalama get there in time? The answer is no, but Defia has a full tank of boost, but can't read the ball off the sidewall. I think this one might be finally done and dusted, and it is. Manticore are not going to be swept tonight. It's going to be 3-1. Manticore getting that all-important final game to establish some momentum once again here moving forward in their series or in their season.
Incredibly difficult to get that sweep, and the Manticore able to come back in that final game. And we look at the stat lines again here. We talked about it so many times during this series, Viz, about that shot number starting to go up slowly for the Manticore and how that was going to be the difference maker. It was yet again. They put 9 shots on target to the 5 of the Toucans. It doesn't sound like a whole heck of a lot, but it was the thing that made the difference in this game. And speaking of difference makers, Viz, one of the things we got to do here is select our game MVP. Who do you think took it here for the series? It could be a Manticore player with that one victory. It could be a most valuable player on that side, not going to lie, but probably Toucans, I'm thinking, but you tell me what you're thinking.
I'm thinking if I'm just going off of what I saw out of those 4 games, it's got to be Jizko for me. Jizko was the player that was consistently in the right place at the right time for the Toucans, able to take advantage of opportunities that were presented to them, and was just a monster in the midfield. I mean, the dunk at the end of that game that almost give them the opportunity is a great example of it. No boost. What do? Let me go ahead and double jump, pre-jump this touch and give my team an opportunity to potentially tie it up. It's a great job just by Jizko and being in the right place at the right time. Also, he had like 429 points last game. Even in a loss, he had the cycle. You had a save, a goal, an assist, and a shot.
A great performance from Jizko. Honestly, I do want to give an honorable mention to GFC-RAIDER. They really turned it on in game number 3. Were a big difference maker there. They were clearly the difference maker here, getting the game MVP honors in game number 4. And I think I'm on the same page as you, Viz, which is super rare for both of us. If you've ever heard the two of us cast together, this literally never happens. But Jizko, probably my selection as well. I think Defia did a lot of good facilitation. I think Jizko was the one who ultimately was making the plays at the end of the day. They had a lot of help from their team, don't get me wrong, but Jizko was the finisher. Again, they found the cycle in that game. They found 429 points in that game. That's the guy that we like to see. With that all having been said, Viz, we are going to take a quick break here. We're going to step away for a few minutes. We're going to reset. We do have a second game coming up. Please, for the love of God, do not forget about the second game. A prospect matchup between Crusaders and Piranhas is going to happen here in just about 4, maybe 5 minutes. I don't know. It depends on how long it takes old men to step away from their computer, but we will be back in just a couple minutes. Get back on track for a prospect matchup. My name is Trippin. That guy is Viz. Russ is in the background. Shout out to Save Hawk for inviting us. We'll be back in just a few.